Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And good morning everyone. So for today's class, we will discuss about factor formula. Alright. So given here is the factor formula. And to be precise, the one that we saw in the previous slide is actually the sum to product identities. Okay. The other one is product to sum identity. So actually what's the difference between these two? Of course, the difference is the left hand side is sum, the right hand side is product. Okay, so for this one, the left hand side is product, the right hand side is sum. But the main difference actually is the purpose, the usage or the application. So for the below one, this is what we specifically learn in this video. This basically is to simplify in single term. Okay, so as you can see, the left side here, we have two terms. On the right hand side, we have one term only. Also we can say the usage for this one is mainly for proving. Okay, so the other one, which is the product to sum, as you can see, the left hand side is product and the right hand side is sum, which is the product will have only one term and the right hand side will have two terms. So in other words, we want to split into two small terms. So what's the usage for split into two small terms? Basically, this one is basically we are using for integration, right? So in this video, we will not discuss about integration. And actually, integration we will learn in the second semester in topics integration. So in topics Trigo in this first semester, actually we only focusing on proving. So basically, we will use the sum to product identity only in the first semester. So this one we'll learn in second semester, in other words. Okay, right. So we move to the example. So how we use the sum to product formula. So express each of the following as the product of the two Trigo function. So look at here. So it is basically the sum of the sign. Okay, sign plus sign. So if we check the factor formula, so actually the formula number 1. Okay, so let's see the solution here. So this is formula number 1 actually for sum to product, the first formula. So sin P plus sin Q, so notice the 6 theta is P and the 4 theta is Q. So the formula is basically P plus Q over 2 here, which is 6 plus 4 theta over 2. And this one is actually P minus Q over 2. So 6 minus 4 theta over 2. So simplify on the right hand side. So 10 over 2 is 5 and 2 over 2 is 1, which is theta only. So the answer is 2 sin 5 theta cos theta. Okay, we move to the next question. So cos 8 theta plus cos 4 theta. So as you can see here, cos and also the sign is sum. So it's basically the third formula we will use. So the formula would be cos. Remember the difference between sin and cos. So if both sin, we have sin and cos. For cos plus cos, we have on the right hand side, both are cos. But the sign is same. If sum is plus, so we got here p plus q over 2, here also p minus q over 2, and we also have 2 above here. So the difference is this one sin cos, for cos plus cos is this cos cos. So simplify also like the first one. So we got 2 cos 12 over 2 is 6, and then cos 8 minus 4 is 4, so 4 over 2 is 2 theta. Okay. And then the last one, cos 7 theta minus cos 5 theta. So basically this is the fourth formula. So for the formula, we will have a negative. So the difference here, the first one, we have negative above in the front, at the front here. And also we have both sign. So previously for cos plus cos, we have cos cos. So cos minus cos, we have sin sin, and we have negative in at the front. So here basically same, this also p plus q over 2, and this one also p minus q over 2, same as the first and the second questions. So simplify 7 plus 5, 12, 12 over 2, 6, and 7 minus 5, 2, 2 over 2, 1. So the answer is negative 2 sine 6 theta sine theta. Okay, so that's the solution for right. In this example, it's basically the cases is product to sum, because the question given here is product. As you can see, the two terms are multiplied together, sine times cos, cos times sine. So basically this is product. The question asks as a sum or different. So basically it is a sum to product cases. So I already showed posted here the formula. Okay, so this is the formula, and basically from the previous sum to product, we just rearrange. And as I said also before, mainly we will use this one in integration. Okay, where we very seldom use or discuss in this Trigo topics. So I don't want to go very detailed. So I only want to discuss the first one. So the rest I just skip. So look at the first one. So the question is sine 6a sine 2a. So as you can see, if we have both sine, so we'll use this one, the number 4. And notice here we have negative 2. So this negative 2 we have to bring to the right hand side. So we got negative 1 over 2 times the whole thing here. So that's what happened in the solution. So you can see below here. So that's why we have negative 1 over 2 outside here. So cos, so let's say this one is A, this one is B. So this is basically A plus B, and this is basically A minus B. Okay. So 6A as a A, 2A as a B. So 6A plus 2A, and then the below here, back there is 6A minus 2A. And notice also here, not only we have a negative in front here, but inside here, so this one cos and then minus cos. So you simplify this one, negative 1 over 2. So 6 plus 2 is 8a, and then 6 minus 2 is 4a. So this is the answer. The solution is not very quite that difficult, but the tricky here is we have to bring the coefficient, as I said, how we get negative 1 over 2 at the front like this one. Okay, so this is the example, and for the rest I just skip. Okay, so we move to the next example straight away. So find the exact value without using calculator. So again, the question tests us how to use the factor formula, whether it's sum to product or product to sum. So as you can see here, so this is a product, so you have to use sum to product to sum formula, and this 2 here is sum to is as a sum, so we have to use sum to product. So now we solve the example, and you notice it's actually the same situation for this product like in the previous question, which also sine times sine. So again, we will use this formula. And remember also in the example, before we can proceed, we also need to move 1 over 2 at negative 2. So it will become negative 1 over 2 times cos A plus B minus cos A minus B. Okay. So look at the solution. So that's what I told. So negative 1 over 2 cos, we sum these two angles. So 105 plus 15, so we got 120. And 105 minus 15, so we got 90. So substitute the value. So how we got negative 1 over 2? So remember, if it is a exact value, so remember you have to use the triangle. So for 120, so basically the second quadrant. Okay. So for second quadrant, the basic angle here is 60. Yeah. Okay. And cos for the second quadrant is negative. So negative cos 60 in this case, so that's why we got negative 1 over 2 over here. And then cos 90 degrees, so you have to memorize the shape of the graph. So this is the graph of cos. So the graph of cos is like this. Okay. So at 0 degree, it is maximum at 1. But when it is pi over 2 and or 90 degree, it will be 0. So that's why here for cos 90 is 0. Okay. So negative 1 over 2 minus 0. So negative 1 over 2 times negative 1 over 2. So the answer is 1 over 4. Okay. For the second one, sine 105 minus sine 15. So as I said before, this one we will use product to sum. Okay. Product to sum, and we will use formula number 2 here as I showed above. So P is 105 where Q is 15. So the formula for sine minus, okay, sine minus, so we have cos first and then later sine. Okay, so the above here is same, which is P plus Q over 2. So in this case 105 plus 15 over 2. So 120 over 2, we got 60. And then here 105 minus 15 is 90. So 90 over 2, we got 45 over here. So we got 2 cos 60 sine 45. So both here is a basic angle. So we just substitute. So cos 60. So remember it is 3 over 2. Sorry, 1 over 2. 3 over 2, that one is for sine. So for cos 60 is 1 over 2. And then sine 45 is 1 over 2. So again, if you doesn't remember, so don't forget to sketch this triangle. Okay, so this one is 60. So 1 over 3. Okay. So for cos, the adjacent is 1. So 1 over 2. And then here 1 1 sec 2. So 445. So that's why we got 1 over sec 2. Okay. And then simplify. So simplify. So 1 over sec 2. If you like, you want to rationalize like the one in your calculator. So we will got sec 2 over 2. Alright, next. Sine 75 minus sine 50. So this one also sine minus sine like formula number 2. Here, formula number 2. And then below here is cos plus cos. So cos plus cos is formula number 3. So for sine minus cos, as I said in the previous one, so cos first and then sine. So for cos plus cos, it is cos cos. So substitute these two, and then as I said before, so 75 plus 15 is 90. So 90 over 2 is 45. So that's why we got 45 here. And then 75 minus 15 is 60. So 60 over 2 we got 30. So this one we got 30. So below here is same because the angle is same, 75 and then 15 here. So at the end below here we got 2 cos 45 cos sin 30. So cos 45 cos 30. So we got the similar thing here, cos 45. So we only got here sin over cos is tangent 30. So tangent 30, the answer is 1 over 3. So we also you may multiply with the conjugate if you like. So we got the final answer 3 over 3. Okay. Okay. So that's all for factor formula. So remember, in the next video, we will learn about Trigo solution. So stay tuned for that. Thank you.